Welcome everyone to our webinar 6 ways to generate B2B leads. Good morning. Thank you so much everyone for joining us today. Before we start, let me remind you that you can download the handouts from this webinar and in our handout section in the GoToWebinar. Also, we're going to be sending the video tomorrow so you can share it with your team. We're very excited to share these webinars every month with you because it's a way to stay connected and to answer a lot of the questions that you send us via our social media and via email. So before we start, I just want to say that this topic about lead generation, we can actually say that it's the perfect storm of content, platform, and timeless, all wrapped up with customer experience. We talked about customers' experience in our last webinar, the best ways to connect with our customers, and we want to continue on this path and talking about how the customer experience will always be the center of our organizations and our companies. So customer experience should be the driving force behind creating valuable content, working with sales teams to make it easier to move prospects through the funnel, and developing relationships with new and existing clients. So everything that we do, we must put our customers in the center of everything that we do. Every action, every marketing action, every strategy, the customer needs to be in the center of our company. And as you develop your lead generation strategy, keeping customer experience front and center will help you stay ahead of changing customer needs and provide the best possible service for your clients and prospects. We talked about before and in other conversations that we had on webinars and stuff, that we must make sure that we don't react to what the customer wants. We need to have the information before they want it. We need to have everything that they are already expecting from us. So we need to stop reacting from the things that they tell us. We need to know what they want before they even tell us. And that's what we want with this, with all of the things that we're learning, and that we can execute all of these things, new things that we can learn from here. So many B2B marketers spend a lot of time, and we're going to talk metaphorically here, putting water into leaky buckets. Rather than fixing the bucket, and we're talking about the marketing funnel here, or the sales funnel, they pour more water, that's how we say it, like it's traffic, into the bucket to keep it full. And that's a mistake, because what we want actually is to create more space for qualified leads. We mustn't put our focus on traffic when we are not fixing the bucket, when we're not fixing our funnel, because we need to have this process in a way that we can actually connect with our customers, with our leads. Because the main thing here is to generate leads, but most of the time we need to be thinking, how qualified are those leads? And that's how we're gonna fix the bucket. Well, now I want to share a poll with you, and I'm gonna send it. You're gonna see it on your screens, and please make sure you answer, everyone, please, so we can have a better idea of what we're gonna talk today. And it says, what percentage of your customers' leads come from the following sources? First, we have events, email marketing, social media, or other. So feel free. Some of you need to, yes. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we have here, when we're talking about this, this percentage of the things that we do, these are the actions that we're taking. These are our marketing actions. What strategies are we using? So this is what we want to answer today. How do you attract the leads you need to grow your business, to grow your business? And this is what we want to share today. 6 ways to generate B2B leads. And the first way that we're going to use to generate B2B leads, it's email marketing. Email marketing is one of the few online marketing channels that has stood the test of time. In fact, this is a very interesting fact. Email is 23 years old this year, and it still trumps the top spot on many B2B marketers' lists of B2B lead generation strategies. Can you see this? Still, email marketing is still working. If it's not working for you, it must be that you are not using the right first tools to work with email marketing. We need to use the right tools because technology is there to support us, to make sure that the things that we do are more easy to do it. So that's when we're going to talk about later about marketing automation and all these tools that actually will help us, because email marketing does work when we have a strategy behind it. And of course, when we stop doing all of the things manually and we start using these tools. Because one of the biggest trends in email marketing at the moment that has generated great results for many B2B businesses is marketing automation. That's the way that this is going to work now. We have too many emails. We need to know about segmentation. We need to know about this marketing automation so we can actually get them to work for our behalf. And the second way to generate more B2B leads is content marketing. And this is one of my favorite. We're talking about blogs, we're talking about microsites, and we're talking about generating content that is relevant to our audience. It's not any content. We need to see what we need to know, and we need to know ahead what our clients, what our prospects, what our leads are, they're expecting of us. So given the broad scope of content marketing, good question to ask is what type of content should B2B companies be focusing on to generate leads? First, we need to experiment with the common and the uncommon tactics, because the common ones, everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone is talking about the same thing. If you go to the industry, we see the same things. But we need to come to a point when we use a mix of the common and the uncommon tactics. Whether you use microsites, whether you use blogging, research reports, infographics, the important thing is to test what does and doesn't work so that you can gradually refine your lead generation over time. And that's the key there. Let's continue with this example. In 2012, Xerox created a microsite offering relevant tips to business owners. What's the result? 70% of the companies targeted interacted with the microsite, adding 20,000 new contacts to their pipeline. That means 20,000 leads, new leads to their pipeline. But listen to this, 1,000 of which schedule appointments. So you see, it's not that easy. You need to have a very good content to attract. You have a lot of reach when it comes to using digital things. You have a big reach, because we're talking about 20,000 here contacts, 20,000 leads. But you'll see how it comes to the funnel that only 1,000 you could have reached them actually to schedule appointments. So the value of this appointment exceeded 1.3 billion in pipeline revenue. So the third way to actually generate more B2B leads is the search marketing. Search marketing, when we talk about search marketing, we're talking about how people can find us on Google, how is our company, how are we working with search engine optimization, how our companies are easily to be how easy is for our clients to find us? Are they finding the right answers when they look for us? Are they finding the right products? Are they finding what they need from our websites, from our blogs, from everything that we already talked about? Because all of this combined together is what actually gives us the right direction to generate more B2B leads. So when we talk about organic search marketing, it's arguably one of the most valuable long-term strategies for generating B2B leads. This means getting to the number one in Google is a lot harder today than it was 5 or 10 years ago. So when we talked about this, we need to know that we need to have a good SEO strategy and also doing things well in other areas like design is very important. Conversion rate, we need to always be aware of our conversion rates, optimization, content marketing, and social marketing. So when it comes to search marketing, all of this needs to come together to make it work, because we're talking about organic search. And the fourth way to generate more B2B leads is social media. And this is very interesting because calling social media an effective B2B lead generation strategy is a controversial discussion to be starting. Why? Because lots of companies will tell you that, oh, we're on social media, but we actually don't see any results. We're not seeing anything different. We know we're there. We're not getting any new leads. Well, let me tell you something. If you're not getting the results that you're expecting, it's because you're probably not using it right. And when it comes to B2B lead generation, these are tips that will help you organize your social media strategy. First, you need to be on LinkedIn, because that's where the business content, it's expected, it's welcome, and that's the place where it's happening. Listen to this fact. Approximately 94% of B2B organizations use LinkedIn to speak directly to the buyers in their industry. That's a research from Content Marketing Institute. And social media moves way too fast. There's lots of changes going on. We need to be on top of them. And we also need to keep up a regular content creation with your followers. You need to be sharing a lot. You need to be on top of the conversation. You need to know if someone is talking about you. And also for all of this, we must think that there's tools. We must know that there are tools that will help us. Because if we create all these strategies thinking that we're gonna do everything manually, it won't work. It just won't work. So don't slack on content quality, because social media may seem transient and temporary, but 81% of B2B decision makers use online communities and blogs to help make purchasing decisions. So if we have a good quality content strategy that is relevant, what our customers are waiting, what our customers are expecting of us, we will see something different, because social media is a conversation. So make sure you listen as well as you talk, because you need to ask questions. You need to create a conversation. If there's already a conversation, you need to be part of that conversation, because it's being social. It's social media. You need to be social. You need to be more human. You need to be more real as a brand. So don't be afraid to share personal content, so people can see there's a face of your company, so people can see that you're real, and that will connect more with your leads. That's the way that you will have potential clients, because they will reach out to something that is real. Also, focus on great design. This is very important, because images and videos, these are the type of content that people share the most, that people are looking forward, and we need to have good content, visual content, video content that is uh, with good quality, and great design, because this is what people are expecting, and this will talk about your company. This will talk about your brand without you even saying anything, because this is what people are expecting. And other brands, other companies are doing a great job. You need to also stay on top of your competition on social media. What are they doing? So I also wanted to bring out some social selling best practices. We shared this before, but this is something that we always need to keep reminding, because these are the things that will help us use social media to sell, because we're trying to generate more leads, because at the end of the day we want to sell more. So first, investigate where people talk about the brand or the industry. You need to be there. The game plan is to listen to the right prospect on the right channels. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn are smart places to start listening. If you're there, start listening. You're there so you can be part of the conversation. And remember, you mustn't talk all the time. You need to ask questions, because you need to get the feedback so you can be able to know more about your clients, your potential clients. So you can also from there create more content. So depending on your industry and customer, you may find that forums, also Snapchat, even if it's we also companies are getting there. Instagram, TripAdvisor, depending on your industry, or other sites are equally important. Again, identify the influencers of the industry. You need to be on top of your industry. Influencers are the people that are creating content, are the people that are influencing your potential clients. So you also need to identify them, because you're listening to the influencers more than they're listening to you. And very important, focus on leads rather than likes. If you have something and you don't have likes, but you're getting leads, you did it. You did it. And keep listening so you can identify sales leads. And all of this combined to smart investigation of your prospects, content, create a list of keywords, and all of that will also help you with your search marketing, and all of that will help you sell with social media. And our 5 ways to generate more leads, it's event marketing. I really like this strategy and this marketing approach to get and to generate more leads, because this is a perfect way to connect with B2B leads, because people from the industry, they like to keep themselves on the loop from of these events, because they want to do networking. They want to come together to the new trends of the industry. They want to go to these things. And you need to be very smart about event marketing, because when we talk about event marketing, it's even like in-person events, virtual shows, and all of that. You can add it to your marketing mix. And I recommend the best in-person events, because that's a way to get closer, to connect, to show your human side, so people can see your sales rep, and they can make a connection. And from there, you already created that bond, and it will be more likely to get an appointment, because events are natural lead generators, which provide very good return of investment if you know how to do it, if you're smart about it. And nearly 3 out of 4 B2B professionals agree the importance of hosted events to their company's success is increasing, because most of their marketing budgets will go to events, because it is proven that it's a good way to connect, and it's a good way to drive brand awareness. Even if you're not hosting the event, you can also be part of another event from your industry. If you're part of the technology industry, you can have a participation in another event, and that's also good, because it will also help you with demand generation, the pipeline acceleration, customer engagement, meaningful impact every stage of the buyer's journey. And the last way that we want to share with you today is marketing automation. Marketing automation is the answer to make all of this that we talked about happen, because non-strategic efforts comprise a great deal of B2B marketers' time. You need to have a strategy, and you need to be able to execute that strategy. And that is why you need marketing automation. You cannot do all of this that we mentioned before manually, because no one is here because they enjoy all of this administration task. This will take you your whole day. We as marketers, we need to focus on the strategy part of this business. And there are plenty of demand generation tools that automate manual tasks, so you and your team can focus on the strategic part that will result in more customers and revenue. So this is where you need to start looking for these tools. This is where you need to start getting into this technology that will help you move forward, that will help you move faster, because your competition is also using it. And the organizations that succeed at B2B demand generation are likely to be the ones who pursue new tactics, but keep fine-tuning what works. Remember that we mentioned that before? The common things, we can continue doing them, but we must think about new things, and we must test what is working, because we need to reduce manual effort to make room for more excellence. And that's what will happen if you create a way for automation. Marketing automation is not the future, it's what we need now. If you think about it, if you're doing everything manually, this is what you need. So I'm going to share this video.
With Pardot B2B marketing automation by Salesforce, your marketing team is completely aligned with your sales team, and you instantly know which leads are most likely to buy at any moment. Insights from Pardot, like a prospect's latest activity and engagements with your brand, score, or grade, are directly available within Salesforce and the Salesforce One mobile app. so sales reps can immediately follow up with the appropriate action. And with Salesforce Engage, powered by Pardot, sales reps have real-time mobile marketing tools so they can build and manage their own pipeline. And they always know exactly when to reach out, because Engage alerts notify them at the precise moment a prospect engages with their content. Marketers can create beautiful branded emails and landing pages that can be formatted for any device, with forms to capture leads. Then share campaigns with sales so they can send on-message content to prospects the second they're engaged. Sales reps and marketers can track the path a prospect is taking with a complete view of the buyer's journey across marketing and sales, and see the ROI of their efforts with Engage reports, all directly within Salesforce. Convert prospects faster with Pardot from Salesforce.
This is what we're talking about. These are the tools that we need so we can go from manual to automation. And this is what we need now. It's not about the future. It's not about what we for next year. It's what we need now. That's what our companies need now, so we can actually see results from all the efforts that we're doing. And we're gonna go with questions and answers now. I already been getting some of the questions, but I can see that some of your questions already been answered with the content here. So I'm just gonna go with one that I really like, and I think it's very important to address it, and because we want to be we want to skip to our time that is half an hour from this webinar, so that you can actually take that time every month to be with us. So John asked, how can I get more qualified leads? And this is very important. We're talking about generating B2B leads, but in that concept, we must always think about qualified leads. When we talk about leads, our objective is to get more qualified leads. And that is why this is a very good question, and we can always create a webinar just to talk about this. How do we identify qualified leads, and how can we qualify leads also, right? So first, you need to work with your marketing content into sales calls. You need to create this, let's say, this merge. That's why marketing and sales and service department, they need to work together. And the way to know and to get more qualified leads is to gather this information, to gather these insights that we get from social media, that we get from the feedback. Because the more we know who is our customer, so we're talking about segmentation, the more we know about our customers, the more we will actually get in touch with them, because we're gonna know how they want to be connected, and we're gonna know the language that they use. So we need to use this media that we're using, the social media, all of these ways to connect with them. We need to use them as getting information, getting data, right? So also we need to integrate online and offline activities. That's what we talked about. Events is a great way to get more qualified leads, because you know that person is already interested, at least in that industry. So that's a very good one. And also, if I think about a quick one now, ask for referrals from your clients. You can also create a referral strategy that you can give back to your clients if they give you a referrals, because also they will be around the same industry, and your client will know if that other lead needs what you have. So that is something to think about. And we're almost well, we need to go now, but I think John, if you need to talk more about this subject, you can also email me and we can continue the conversation. So remember that we have CRM implementation plans that will help you with all of these things that we talked about, because also all of the things that we mentioned about these leads, you need to have a CRM to be able to work with your funnel, your sales funnel. Also, if you're a small business, and we also have that solution for small businesses, so you can also reach us with that. And with the marketing automation, we also have packages for Marketing Cloud and Pardot, and it's the best way to engage customers to every step of their journey. And if you already have Salesforce, if you already have your CRM, we're here to help you. And we're here to help you take your business to a whole new level, because we're Salesforce. We already have experts on Salesforce that can help you, and we have plans for that to support you. And if you need training for your team, we also have trainings to help you master Salesforce. So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for sending your questions and interacting with us and starting this conversation. Tomorrow you will get this recording so you can share with your team. And remember, contact us. You can contact us on our website, social media. We can continue there if you have any suggestions, if you have any topic that you want to share with us and that you want us to create a webinar from there, feel free to send all of your feedback. So thank you. We're Double Group. I'm Diana Rijo, and it was a pleasure to be with you today, and we'll see you next time.